The power of looking good, smelling good, and feeling good. Hello, 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 and welcome to this YouTube channel. My name is Jameelah, and I am a master manifester, and I'm sure you are too because you are watching content like this. The name of this channel is Holistic Manifesting because I believe in a whole body, whole mind, and whole being experience when it comes to manifesting these amazing lives that we are choosing. What I'm discussing in this video today is the power of looking good, smelling good, and feeling good. I think sometimes that we underestimate these benefits in our lives, right? We all know the benefits of the whole feeling good part of our day. I think that's not one that we ever can shy away from. If you listen to any metaphysical content, or you listen to law of attraction content, or you listen to master manifesting content, one of the biggest things that's always being taught is the ability to feel good about something, especially before that particular thing even occurs in your life. It's just finding a way to feel good no matter what. Just always thinking about feeling good so that you can create those circumstances that you want to experience, right? But a lot of times we never focus enough on the looking good aspect of the feeling good part, right? Because we get so caught up in society to where people have walked around looking really, really good at times, but they are just, riddled with nonsense on the inside, right? So many people think that it is shallow to discuss the idea that looking good completely shifts the way that you see yourself and the way that you experience your day. Because it almost feels like saying that all that's important is to look flashy and to look great, to look fine, to look cute. And we all know that's just not the case. We've seen it. If you sat and watched any, reality TV, what it used to be reality from back in the day when the housewives and stuff and all that first started, we can clearly see that it is not just about looking good. And we've seen it across the board. It's like they will spend all this time and energy and money and focus on one thing, but will never put themselves in a therapeutic environment to clean up some of the negativity that's, hindering them from truly growing on the inside. But it was a simple thing. I was having a conversation with my oldest daughter the other day, and sometimes they get very comfortable with going to school. And when I say comfortable, I mean like they roll out, wash face, brush teeth, and then head on down the stairs. One of them wears an afro, the other one wears braids. So it's not too much she's doing. And she'll take that little afro and pick it out some, or however she's, wearing it at any given time. And then she'll be like, ready. And the other one is like, braids, ready. She just puts on her glasses and go. And I'm like, you know what? We need to have a conversation, girls. Because I'm a firm believer that every time I walk out of the door, every time I go show my face to the public, or every time I go to present myself to the world, I always spend time looking in the mirror. And it's not about vanity. It's about making sure that I am showing up in the way that I want to be perceived and the way that I want to be treated. And we would all love to believe in this world that somehow, no matter how you look and no matter how you show up, no matter how disheveled you may be, that you're going to be treated the way you should everywhere you go, right? When I was saying on another video that I get a compliment like every single day that I walk out of this door, that is not made up. It is absolutely positively true. And no, it does not go to my head in any kind of way because I already feel good about the things that they're talking about anyway when I go out into the world. I look in the mirror, I make sure that I do really specific things that I do to make sure that I'm looking the way that I want to look, right? And just most recently, I've always been a fan of easy hair. I just do not like to play games when it comes to hair. I do not want to sit in the mirror all day doing some hair. So for me, it was either those long locks or some short haircut. It's always been that way. I used to wear an afro before that. Then I let it grow out. And then I was like, let me twist it out. And so it's been years that I've always been trying to find the easy way out of doing hair. Beyond washing and condition it, I don't want to spend a lot of time on hair. So like these days, especially, it's like I get there, I pull that little scarf off, and I might have to touch a couple of pieces or two with a flat iron if possible. And then I'm already ready to go. And I know these things are important. I make sure there's lip gloss on all the time. I always make sure there's a certain amount of, body spray or something like that, a perfume or whatever it is. Earrings, compliments to my mom because that was huge with her growing up. She would look back in the car. I remember her looking so many times and she like, you don't even have no earrings on. And over my life, I always felt like that was harsh. But it was just her way of speaking it. But it was kind of her way of saying, polish yourself off before you walk out the door. And she was always like that herself. Always had the mindset growing up back in the day of get it together. Put on something neat. Somebody was saying that their mom was running to the store. She put on jeans and a t-shirt or like pajama pants or something and run to the store. And I was like, my mom never does that. And I wasn't saying it in like any snooty way. I just never had thought about it. I was like, my mom presents herself every single time she walks out the door, and she will have you waiting for her to go run to the grocery store to go get something that's going to take her 5 to 10 minutes to get, because that is the way that it always operated. And this is not to say be obsessed with it, but it goes a long way, right? I can think back to times when I was raising my daughters when they were younger, and I'm looking back at some of those pictures and I'm like, what was I thinking? What was I walking out of the door looking like that for? And it's because you get so caught up into that process of raising the kids, bringing them here, soccer practice, ballet practice, taking them to the schools or whatever we were homeschooling, whatever it was, you're on the go constantly, grocery stores, this and that. And you don't really take that time. But when I tell you that time matters, and I told one of my other daughters, she was feeling, my oldest one, I was like, you feeling a certain kind of way? I said, get up and do your little face, make your little face up like you like to do. I was just like, and fix your little braids, spray them, put some oil on them, make sure you have your perfume on. Pick your, they wear uniforms, so it's not always a big thing. But I was like, make sure all your uniform clothes are neat and cute. I was like, get yourself in the right spot together. Ever since we had that conversation, she's been doing this every day, and she's been in an exponentially better mood. It's because you're going to be received differently. You're going to be seen differently when you go out into the world. And when you're received differently and you're seen differently, that inner frequency can now match the outside of what you got going on, right? And I'm a huge proponent of the smell good, because that's one of the biggest compliments that I get every single day. You smell so good. One of my daughter's friends came over here yesterday, and they had been using my car. And she was like, I just want to say that your car smells so good. I was like, thank you. Because I do curate a really specific smell, and I have oils that I use and certain body sprays that I use. And because it's important to me, I want to feel fresh and I want to feel and smell good when I go into places. And I want to delight people. It's so nice when you come into an environment and somebody's there and they smell good and they really look good. It gives people a visual feast, and it also gives them something to smell. And it's just like, maybe I'll fix myself up and maybe I'll take care of myself a little bit better when I go out that door. And when you do all those things, you have no choice but to feel good by the time you walk out of that door, because you've done all the necessary prep, right? You put in the necessary effort. You are worth the effort. Give yourself time and energy, because you're worth the effort. I don't care if you're sitting at home all day behind a computer, because literally I have not worked outside the house since August of last year, very early August. So when I'm talking about doing all this, it is not for other people at all at the slightest. It's literally for me, and mostly to go run errands and go do little things related to certain business related items that I have to take care of, or issues that I have to solve or something like that. But it's not remotely because I need to show up in a workplace or something. But even when I did, you best believe that there wasn't a day that I ever showed up looking like I didn't want to be there. Always polished, always neat, always clean. That was a lady I worked with too. She was very similar. And I see her son all the time because he works somewhere where I frequent. And I always thought about her. I'm like, that girl was always smelling good. She was always looking good from head. Like she did not like that job. She hated that job. She talked about it all the time. I hate this job. I hate being here. Oh, but blah, 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 blah. She'd always go on about not liking it. Right. And I I can hear that kind of stuff and not even be bothered or weighed down by it. It's no big deal to me. But when I tell you she was immaculate every single day, she never walked up to her and was like, she smells funny, hair clean, nails clean, eyebrows perfect, shoes clean, clothing nice, every single day. She was an inspiration to me in that sense, because I'm like, nah, we're not going out the door looking like that. So there's huge power in looking good, smelling good, and ultimately feeling good. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.